It's that time again for another not-so-normal gaming podcast, featuring your hosts, MrTechnoSqueek.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Nostalgic Dan 1.
Everything I feel is in this sword. Good.
Come on!
And Quick Freeze 4.
Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys.
This is a podcast you want to listen to, but first, you gotta press start.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Press Start Podcast. This is episode 65, and on today's episode, we have Nostalgic Dan 1, Quick Freeze 4, and myself, MrTechnoSqueek. How are you guys doing?
Oh man, so hype. You have no idea.
So hype?
No
I feel
idea.
sick.
I'm tired. Can I sleep at your place tonight, Techno?
Yeah, I want to sleep at your place too.
Alright. Thanks, man. That was fantastic. So, how's everything been going? What's going on?
I'm sick.
You're sick.
I don't like to be sick.
What are you sick with?
I'm coughing and... Yeah, I'm sick of the podcast, alright? That's why I am leaving.
Oh, tell me about it.
You two are going to have to do the podcast by yourselves and manage it. I know, Techno, you can upload the episodes to iTunes like you do every week, but Dan, you're going to have to step up your game.
Yeah, I think I'd rather leave and just let Techno do it. It's the
Alright,
Techno podcast.
It's the Techno podcast.
Techno Podcast.
Dan and I are leaving.
Him talking to himself for like 2 hours straight.
Hell, that'll be a show I'll listen to.
I'd listen to that. Man,
As long as he's naked. If he's naked, I'll definitely listen.
even better.
I know, right?
It gets like 6-star reviews.
Hear that, Techno? You already got 6 stars and you didn't even do a damn thing yet.
They don't do stars anymore.
Well, you know, Dan is bringing them back. What do you want, dude?
Exactly.
Jeez. But yeah, I'm sick.
Yeah. And this is my last episode, but yeah.
Oh, wait, hold
How's everything going, guys?
Well, hold on. Back up.
He just like drops the ball and just...
This is your
How you
last...
guys doing?
This is your last episode? What are you talking about?
Yeah, because Clive and Techno, they're like, fuck you, we need you off the podcast. We're gonna fire you, pack up your shit, pack up your cubicle, leave the stapler behind. But I secretly snuck it in my bag.
Well, that's the reason right there. You stole my stapler.
Uh,
I bought that thing for like $2, man. You took it.
Everyone needs a stapler.
Yeah, well, I know, and I don't have one now, because you took it.
Still work for Techno. So yeah, in all seriousness, this is my last episode with you guys for a while, probably. Aww. And I guess you can go to our Facebook page for more detailed. You can see actually what I wrote. It's a note on there. But yeah, pretty much.
I'll put that on Pete's Game Room forehead as well.
Well, that's good too, because it'll inform more people. But yeah, I mean, it's just been insanely busy. My life has changed really in a matter of a year. So much happened, like becoming an uncle out of nowhere, kind of, and you know, it's just one of those things that happens. And busy schedule, especially this semester. I just had my first week. I'm already overwhelmed. Like, it's scary, but I take 16 credit hours out of 18 possible, but especially this semester I have 3 art studios, and that is a lot. It's only common to take like 2 art studios a semester, mainly so you don't overwhelm yourself, but I need to take 3 so I can graduate within 4 years, which I'm trying to do, because obviously I'm not trying to stay there longer and spend more money and whatnot. But yeah, it's busy, and obviously art studios require a lot of time, a lot of work. Art just doesn't happen, unless in some cases I guess you could, but those are fakes. but yeah, I'm just, it was in kind of the last semester too, it's just I found myself to a point where I'd be like so tired from like the past school week, doing all this stuff, where I'd come home on the weekends and I can't explain it. It's like I'd have free time, but I'd be so drained that I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Like I couldn't even play video games. There's a time there where I was kind of honestly questioning my love for gaming. I'm like, I it doesn't bring me enjoyment right now. Like, it's really hard for anything to bring me enjoyment right now because I'm just so physically drained, so mentally drained, and I'm still pretty tired, but yeah, so it's probably only going to get worse because it's a pretty busy semester, but I mean, everything's working out. Everything should work out, and it'll feel good, especially just one less thing off my mind and be able to have a little bit more free time, which is really rare for me. Because if I continued this, I would literally, out of 1 week, Saturday would be my only day to actually do anything I wanted for myself. Free time, unless I have prior engagements or something, which sometimes I have stuff to do on Saturdays. Because Sunday I take care of work and run errands and what I need to do. And anyone who knows college, man, some people can kind of write it off as like, oh, it's not that much. It really is. College is like having a full-time job, but instead of coming home to like free time, you know, doing what you want to do, you come home to work that needs to be done. So it's basically like a full-time job on top of a part-time job because you have to get all this work done during the week. So free time becomes almost a non-existent thing. And obviously this is affecting my YouTube channel too because it's hard for me to do anything. Like just record because I'd either one, be super tired and I'm like, I can't do it, or just don't, out of it and just not able to bail up to recording a video just because I'm so drained. And obviously you don't want to be all kind of groggy in a video because it's not going to come off well. But yeah, I want to get back to that too, making a lot more YouTube videos, which I have some in the works actually that I need to put up. But it's like that too, it's like not just recording a video, but then you have to have the time to edit it, which is a lot of work. But yeah, I think what it comes down to is a little bit less stress on me and just give my body a little bit of a break and being able to have a little bit more valuable free time for me, which I would love. But I think someone said it, I just saw a comment on like Facebook, I think this sums it up well, I think Nick posted a comment on Facebook on the note I wrote where he said, it's not goodbye, it's just, you know, kind of see you later. Like, I'm not permanently leaving. And I told these guys too, I'm like, I want this to continue, it shouldn't stop for any reason. I know you guys will have no problem finding a really good co-host. And I think I mentioned it too, but I think some of the best co-hosts would possibly be long-time listeners because they already know the ins and outs of the podcast and everything. But yeah, I totally want this to continue, and you know, it's not like it's permanent. I have summer break and there's usually not much to do then, and I'm sure it can come back then, or any Friday I guess when I'm just absolutely bored out my mind. I'll just sabotage one of your podcasts and just jump in. Like, damn, what's up? But yeah.
Well, now tell us the real reason you're leaving. You just don't like us anymore.
Exactly. Thank you.
You
beating around
bastard.
the bush the whole time, but doing this with these dicks for like the past year and a half, oh my god, drives me nuts. You have no idea.
You bastard.
Techno and his fucking Diet Dr. Pepper and hamburger. Clivo with his Mega Mans and Pokemans and stuff.
Hey!
I'm like, oh my god.
Those things are awesome.
Oh my god. Them Pokemon.
No, but all seriously, man, you know, like, you know, real life comes work, and real life comes first, and you know, like, you know, if you get busy with things. Like, I've been to college. I've been to 2 colleges, and I understand how busy college life can be. So yeah, I'm glad you're like. I'd rather you leave, or no, you're not leaving, but you know, you're taking a break from this podcast. So I'd rather you do that and focus on your schoolwork and, you know, your job and stuff like that than, you know, talk to 2 knuckleheads on this podcast. So, but yeah, I wish you luck, dude. I really do.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a blast.
Techno, say something nice.
I love you, man.
I love it too, man. Oh my god. Bring it in. Virtual hug. And then explosions everywhere.
Virtual hug. Explosions everywhere.
It's the only way to do virtual hugs.
Yeah, but yeah, seriously, though, good luck.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I just want to thank you guys for everything you've done with the podcast. It's been a blast. I mean, just to look back on it now in like a year and a half is like, I didn't even think we make it this far. 65 episodes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's like a long-running podcast. Most podcasts don't last that long. And I'm sure we've seen it. We've seen so many podcasts come and go on YouTube. And in a way, I feel like our podcast was like a foundation to, like, once we established ours, we're just kind of random guys going into it, and just to go into it. And then other people saw, like, hey, these guys are doing it, it's kind of working. Should do more podcasts. Because before that, it was just kind of, All Gen Gamers, Operation Killscreen.
Yeah.
What was the podcast with Cody, the original one? I forgot what it was called.
That was the
ABS? Yeah.
Average Gamer Show.
And that.
He's still doing a podcast, though. He's doing the Binary podcast.
Yeah, I thought he did another one, too. I thought he has, like, 2 podcasts.
Yeah, he did. I forgot the name of it, though.
I think it's like
way to be a fan.
Social Nerdcast or something like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely check him out. He's been doing the podcast thing for a long time, too. But then we kind of came after him, and then after that, there's just so many that I just lost count. It was beyond me.
I'll tell you. When you guys, like, asked me to be a host on here...
That was the biggest mistake we have ever done.
No.
I was like, dude, this shit's not going anywhere. This is gonna last for maybe 5 episodes, and we're gonna call it quits. And then, for some reason, it didn't happen. And I was like, holy shit, we're actually doing something.
Yeah, it was surreal, too, because we had so many awesome guests on here, too, which was, I kind of never thought we'd have these kind of people on our podcast, but...
Yeah.
It was weird. It was like, I'll be honest, I totally, like, I didn't know Cliver prior to this. I didn't know much of Techno. I watched some of you guys before. It was like, I didn't know there'd actually be a chemistry. It didn't seem like there actually would be, but there's this weird chemistry with all of us. Like, I think we all we're so different that we make an interesting podcast because we have all kinds of interesting backgrounds with gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I consider Clivo the, kind of jack of all trades guy, plays a little bit of everything, and Techno's like the PC wizard and the retro guy, plays a lot of retro stuff, and then you have me, the RPG guru, so you get all kinds of various news, you get all kinds of just various opinions on different games, and it's weird. It's weird, it's some weird chemistry that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Techno brings so much humor to this podcast.
Techno is the funniest bastard I've ever heard in my entire life.
I agree. Love that.
I know,
really saying something.
No, I'm serious, Techno. Like, I had told Dan this once before. Like, you were like the glue of this podcast. I swear to God, like, if you were not on this podcast, Dan and I would probably be bored out of our freaking minds.
Yeah, I agree.
So, say something. Make us laugh.
You didn't have to say anything
there
about
you go.
it.
I don't know. You don't even have to say anything. Good job.
That's how good he is.
No, but like I'm with you guys. You like you two, the two of you, Techno and Dan. You two have become two of my favorite YouTubers. Not just because we're doing this thing together, just because I've gotten to know you. I know what you like. I know what you dislike. Even though they're wrong, like Charizard. Charizard sucks.
Hey.
And no, but like you guys, like I said, you guys are just becoming really great friends on YouTube, and I'm happy to share this podcast with you.
Yeah,
so
it's been awesome. It's been a good
You're gonna
time.
make me cry.
Well, good. Then you could use those tears to put out Charizard's tail, so he dies, therefore eliminating the species, and we never have to talk about Charizard again. Congrats to me. I just killed the species of Charizard. Thank you.
What did Charizard ever do to you?
Because, actually, no, he's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
I use Charizard
cool?
as my player.
What's pretty cool is the first generation of Pokemon. Yeah, love that. Good times. Yeah. And I love how weird this podcast is too, because we'll get a lot of random shit from just random people. It's like we're not one of those podcasts that you can just jump into because there's a lot of weird in-jokes that no one will understand unless you listen to it for a long time. So much bizarre shit, like Oh my god, let's name them off. We got Grimace.
Okay.
Whatever.
Grimace,
yes.
Yeah.
Explosions,
Squirrels.
a hamburger,
Techno's fucking
Hamburgers.
Jeopardy.
Techno's
Love
fucking...
Techno's
Dude, that just, like, came up in my mind. I was like, where the fuck did this come from? How did I think of
Jeopardy.
this?
Oh man. Ponies.
Do you guys remember when we first started this podcast and like each one of us actually had segments?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we were trying to figure out how to do all that, and then
we were trying to be like a legit podcast. We were trying to be like, we gotta be like, I don't know, all hardcore, and you know, we gotta have structure. And it's like, no, fuck that. You know, we just
Fuck.
it ended up just whatever. We'll just talk about whatever.
we still have structure,
Yeah.
just not that, you know.
Yeah, you're right. But it's not as serious because we're like, oh crap, you know, now I gotta figure out a game I want to talk about for my segment, and Techno has to figure out what he's pissed off about his segment. Yeah, we totally dropped that, but you know, we still kept a very concrete foundation for this podcast. I'm really happy. You know, and then Dan with his "that's a thing" phrase.
Oh my god, yes!
That came out lower. I'm
Yeah,
like, because
and
I used to
then
just say that naturally, because I'm like, yeah, that's a thing. But because it works for everything, like, you can describe anything, and I could say, you know, like, hey, I went to this Jewish bar mitzvah with this super scary clown, and I'll be like, yeah, that's the thing. I was playing Halo 4 with the bros. Yeah, that's the thing. It works for everything. It's brilliant.
Oh, what the hell?
It's so casual.
I'm trying to think of more.
Well, we discovered Amy.
Oh god,
Yep.
Amy.
Amy.
Can't go wrong with Amy.
I know. I can't wait till you finally have children with that slut.
Trying to get Techno to do naked reviews forever. God
You know,
Yeah.
you still haven't even done one, dude.
bastard.
What's up with that? Next Tuesday? Great. Awesome. Excellent.
Shit. Fucking My Little Pony.
Dude, that shit is awesome. Don't even stop.
MLG, MLP.
Yep.
I can't think of
I got a few.
So like the very first episode, TechnoSqueeze.
Techno Squeeze, yes.
Oh, Solitrobo.
Solotorobo.
He just said that. That was his first time saying the like name of that game. I was like, oh my god, you said it with such a perfect Spanish accent. So hot.
I totally didn't even mean to either.
Oh, Techno stretching, exercising. Fuck.
Yep.
Wait for him for like a half an hour to an hour.
Yeah, we learned that at least a half an hour before the episode, Techno has to stretch, lean, moan, go to the bathroom, and then when he's done all that, he has to do
Gotta go get a drink.
Yeah, he has to go get a drink and do it again. We'd never start on time, yeah. So that's a thing.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
If the listeners know any we left out, just feel free. Name off. You can try and name off as many as you remember.
I'm sure we definitely missed you. But yeah.
I have faith in you guys. This podcast is only gonna rock even more. So it's
Dude,
like
screw that. I'm leaving with you. Techno's taking over.
Damn.
the super awesome fucking Techno's super happy hour. I don't know. Be awesome.
Plus Techno fucking Jeopardy.
Dude, the time you did the Techno's fucking Jeopardy was probably the best trivia thing that we like, way better than mine. Like it brought so much humor because it was completely random. You asked questions that were even video game related. I'm just like, fuck.
And even Pete Dorr said that was one of the most best things ever.
I told you, dude. You bring so much comedy to this podcast. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I think I almost teared up during that at one point. I had to like mute my mic because I was just like I couldn't catch my breath because I was laughing too hard.
Dude, my favorite part of that Techno's fucking Jeopardy is when you did the 2-part question, and I was trying to do the math. And I'm like,
see, I totally fucked myself over. I didn't know what the hell I just did.
Because you said, okay, this is a 2-part question, but then you asked, didn't you ask like 3 questions for that 2-part question?
I don't
I'm like, okay, so they were 2 points apiece, and I got all 3 of them right, so that's 6 points, and you were like, where did you get 6? I'm like, 6 times 3 is, or 2 times 3 is 6, and then you were like, no, it was only 2 parts. So I'm like, okay, so 2 plus 2 is 4. He's like, where are you getting 4? I'm like, it was a 2-part question. Oh, I love that. That's the best, dude. So Techno's doing all Jeopardy from now on.
No. Listeners are in for a treat.
I know. I hope you have some great questions this episode.
What? You didn't tell me.
Well, you know what? I didn't think I had to.
Yeah. Thought you were psychic. Come on.
Yeah. I sent you a picto chat.
Yeah.
Damn it.
How did you not get that?
I know. Come on, dude. I have it right here.
Chat's becoming one of our things.
One of the things.
That's a more modern thing.
Yeah.
That was the thing too. Or I'm not saying that, but like that was the thing too. Is where you guys would name off like where to send questions to, and I kind of felt the urge to every week come up with some weird, bizarre way to send in a question.
Oh yeah.
Whether it was like writing a personal note and giving it to a carrier pigeon to send it to you guys, or sending us a picto chat.
I think the picto chat was the funniest one.
Or putting it on like 25 and a quarter inch floppy disks and
So like, what were like your favorite episodes so far? Just like reminiscing.
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Mine was probably my favorite one is it's just, I'll never remove it from my iPod. Is the 1 year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
That was
the live stuff was awesome.
Yeah. It's good because I didn't have to edit a damn thing.
Yeah, exactly why I love it. But those are cool too, just because like of how many different people get into that episode, and like we had everyone from just all tons of people jumping in and asking questions, and
all 4 people.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, that was pretty good, man.
And it makes you think too, because of live questions, you have to think on your feet right away. And it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. Dan and Techno already know the answers to the questions. They just give the 30-second delay, so it seems like they're struggling.
Yeah, I'm like, let me think about
I really liked both the Retro Snows episodes.
Yeah, Talking Embrace is awesome.
So basically, you're saying all our other guests suck. Good job.
No,
what did
no.
Yeah, oh my god, jeez. Wow.
Grimace was our best guest.
We've had a lot of people that have been on multiple times.
Yes, like TechnoSqueek.
Yeah, that bastard. I don't know how he stuck into that first episode, but I swear to God, he never leaves.
Yeah, we had a lot of great guests. We had, well, obviously we had Pete Dorr, we had Gamester, Jason Heine, Phantom Jest, Retro Snow, Kevin the Mega Man Cave.
Yeah, he was on a couple times, like twice.
Monarch.
Mikey's Monarch's probably been on the most, yeah.
Yeah.
Metcar. We had Metcar on.
Yeah. Metallicar. Holly Dog My Lens.
Holly.
Jumble Junkies. Sinister Moon.
Cody.
Yep. Megaton Coda, yeah.
Yeah.
So man.
Oh, you guys remember that? We did Cody, meeting Flipper and Blake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We had like a merger of the podcast or something.
AGS. That was so interesting.
Yeah.
And then Jordan was being a dick afterwards. Like invited everyone in Skype like on his Skype list to a call, like put him in the chat.
Yeah,
you
there
just
was, like,
see a list pop up
in the
with like 100
chat.
names or something. It's like, oh my god. I still remember like after like weeks after, still people were like leaving from the call. It was pretty
I know,
hilarious.
dude. I remember waking up the next morning. I had like this whole like conversation just pop up on my screen on my computer. I'm like,
Oh,
shit.
God. Can't forget about RPG Swag, man. He was one of our first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was our second guest. Yeah.
Of RPG Swag, man.
No, he was our first guest, but on the second episode.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously we didn't have a guest for our first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We had Kevin.
Did we?
Oh,
Yeah.
we did. Yeah.
Kevin
His
Migmick. He
internet
was
cut
our
out.
very first guest. Yeah, because he was in that hotel or whatever.
Yeah, he was in a hotel or something.
Yeah.
On the cheap Wi-Fi.
And Dan, you're leaving.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
Yeah.
That was when I was stealing internet.
Oh, yes!
That was the thing, too. We were making fun of you for
Oh my god! Remember that you were stealing internet from the lady who lived next door from you?
Yeah. That was my landlord.
Only the best quality for this podcast.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, because I was a bitch editing because like every time we asked you a question, you were always
I was wrong.
Late or something, yeah.
you had a 10-second delay. Yeah, shit.
making
I
fun of
remember. Oh my god, that was a pain in the ass to edit. Oh god.
Oh god, I remember that.
Remember when we were so happy when you got regular internet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I totally forgot that.
Oh, even
I don't know how we could do this, but I don't know. But we have to at least somehow, sometime, make a live episode with all of us together in the same room.
Yes.
Alright, well, you can pay for Dan my plane ticket.
I've always wanted to go to
All right.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Can't wait. You gotta see that statue of the Little Rock.
Oh, I don't know how we could do that.
Sure, we can just run.
I've actually thought about that too. Like if the three of us actually got together, like in a at a convention or something like that, like how epic that would be.
Oh man, we'd have to do like a epic team high five or something, and there needs to be like explosion sound effects
everywhere.
Oh no, I must have thought about this like 1,000 times. Like if we just went to like PAX East or something, we just met up and
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you guys think it would be like we talk to each other like every week, but like if we actually met up, like wouldn't it be like kind of awkward to be like, oh hey Techno, how you doing? And wouldn't it be so weird?
Oh,
I
I'd run up and
so,
give a big hug to Techno.
Because we talk, every week and watch, our videos, and it would seem like we've known each other for,
For a long time. Basically like we know each other.
yeah,
It's like,
kind of like with everyone else here on YouTube.
yeah, I'm sure anyone who's gone to like a convention and probably saw like, the people you've been watching forever for the first time, like the All Gen Gamers or whatever. It's kind of surreal at first, but then you start talking.
Yeah.
It feels like you've known each other forever, basically.
Still think it'll be a little awkward.
I still remember when I first met Jason Liney, and Jason was like, "Hey, let's go to I forget what it was, Golfland, I think, because Golfland has arcade." And he was like, "I'm bored. Let's go to the arcade." I'm like, "Okay." And it was surreal to meet him at first, but it felt like I'd known Jason forever. We were just playing all kinds of games. It's awesome. Oh, we played H2 Overdrive, and oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Daytona, playing Daytona, good times. There's so many awesome games. Miss Pac-Man, the sped up version, which is awesome.
Dude, I love Miss Pac-Man.
I was watching that because that was right after Jason was really into Miss Pac-Man, he was going for scores and all this, so I was watching him play Miss Pac-Man.
Oh my god, this is probably... Techno, you remember the time you were telling us about your PAX Prime experience? And you were telling us the story when you first saw the Happy Console Gamer, Johnny.
Oh.
And, like, you were like, oh yeah, like, I saw his girlfriend or whatever, and like, didn't you say she was hot or something like that?
Something. I don't... Like, I said, I was looking at women there, and I, saw Kim, walking with him. I was like, there's no way that could be John, because, he wasn't going to PAX, but he had some kind of, like, road trip or something, and I was like, holy fuck, it's, it's Johnny, and, yeah, I kind of had a fangasm.
Did you hug him?
No.
You bastard.
I didn't want to scare him off.
You are the MrTechnoSqueek. How could you scare anyone off?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, well, next time maybe you should.
Yeah, Johnny should have ran up to you and be like, oh my god, it's MrTechnoSqueek.
I know, seriously, dude.
He actually calls me by Derek. Unlike everyone else.
That's not your name.
Canadian.
I know.
It's a Canadian thing.
Your name is
Canadian
Techno.
thing.
Oh, that's the thing too. No, we just brought that up when we had playlists on. And I'm like, we're...
Oh,
1,
yes!
2, 3 Canada Street.
1, 2, 3 Canada Street,
There's
yes.
only one street in all of Canada. It's just a straight street that runs all the way down the country.
1, 2, 3 Canada Street.
Wow.
Oh my...
I totally forgot about that.
It's the little things.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 Canada Street.
Oh, because I remember that because I think I got a package from Playa one time, and he wrote something about that in there. Like, what, from your pal, Playa Liz, who lives from 123 Canada Street or something like that.
Oh, you know what I remember? Remember that episode when we first had Holly? I know, Techno, you weren't on this episode, but first time we had Holly, I learned that Dan color coordinates his clothes.
What?
Oh, yeah. I
He
forgot
puts
I
it-
mentioned that.
he color coordinates his
was
hose.
wasn't one of the questions like one of the most feminine things you do?
Yeah, what's the girliest thing you guys do? And my answer was watch My Little Pony. And your answer was you color coordinate your clothes or something like that. Right?
Yeah, it's true. Makes it easier. You just see everything. Yeah, I'm an artist, so I love colors, and I just love having them organized like that.
That's weird.
It's like the fucking color of the rainbow when I walk in my closet. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, and when you open your underwear drawer, you just see all the Metapod underwear just spread out.
Those are the only ones I have Metapod.
The only one. Oh, yeah, Mistress Ishbu had brought that out, Metapod underwear.
Yeah, because we're like,
Yeah.
there should be Metapod underwear, Metapod uses hearted and stuff like that.
Fuck, yeah. God, I love you guys. Except Techno.
Oh, come on.
What? You haven't even done a naked review yet.
Dude.
What?
The whole naked stuff is all for Playa. He does all that stuff.
Dude, you know what you should do? You should actually do one of the naked reviews, but instead of putting it on YouTube, put it on YouPorn.
Yeah, or RedTube, whatever.
Yeah, RedTube.
Whatever your fancy is.
Do like a legit review, like Super Mario Brothers 3 or something, but just do it naked and just put it up on YouPorn. It would be the craziest thing, like, especially if someone was just looking up, someone would just, like, look up, middle-aged white guy with Mortal Kombat backwards hat, and that's what they would get. They would find you.
What? Why would you look up Mortal Kombat?
Because you always wear that
In
Mortal Kombat
YouPorn.
hat.
No, in like YouPorn though.
I don't know. Why would you look up? I don't know. Why would you look up anything in YouPorn? It's porn, man.
Shit.
You're gonna do it, aren't you?
No.
You bastard. I'm canceling my subscription to YouPorn.
You have a subscription.
You're getting gypped. Thought
Dan
was
gave it
free.
to me.
Yeah, you getting gypped, son.
Dan gave it to me. It's my Christmas present.
But it says Christmas like the gift of poor.
Oh my god, that's another thing. Remember when, one of the news stories I brought up the lollipop chainsaw porno?
Oh yeah. Put a picture of that in the title card.
Techno fucking pre-ordered that thing.
Limited edition. With the soundtrack in our book.
Soundtrack in the art book. What the fuck?
No, I can't forget about one of the biggest current themes. Fucking Tales of Vesperia.
Oh,
Tales of
yeah.
Vesperia?
Oh,
Play
yeah.
Tales of Vesperia yet? How far are you in
Dude,
Tales of Vesperia? Oh, you're so OP, Techno. Jesus Christ, you should be able to beat that boss by now. Swear to God.
You know what? Now that we're on the topic, you might as well just tell us about it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah,
So,
how far are you...
Okay,
This is
no,
dude,
do
listen.
This is
I
So
tried. I tried so fucking hard to
hard.
beat this before Friday, before tonight. I just couldn't do it. I stayed up Monday, or, well, like Saturday, all the way till Friday, or today. Like, I would be up till 4 a.m., go to sleep, and then wake up around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, play it for go to sleep, and so on and so forth, and I'm still not done. But,
Yeah, where are you in the game?
I just rescued, fuck, what's her name?
Estelle?
Judy.
Oh, Judy.
Judy.
Yes. And her, like, dragon thing,
Oh.
like, evolved.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you're about...
So you're at the part where you get to fly around finally?
yeah.
Okay.
So you're like a good 2/3 done.
Yeah, you're almost there. Keep going. It's worth it. It's a nice little shocking twist about, you know, the last 10 hours.
Oh,
Alright.
good.
Well, now my question is, did you do this naked?
Oh. See, I would give
No.
you credit if you did it naked, but now
Yeah.
you didn't, so whatever.
What?
What
No,
it
now if you played the game naked, you would probably have the game beaten by now because, you know...
There's not that wind resistance, so...
I know, exactly, I know. It's like,
You're able to play better.
I know, like you could just fly around, you wouldn't even have to worry about clothes, you know, flapping in your face.
Yeah, like, what I've just did, is I'm at, the town's in the mountains. It starts with an A.
Oh, is it the town that's, like, literally in the mountain? Like, it's a dark town?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what that's called.
Apros or
Yeah,
something.
Apros, I think that's
Oh, the one that's underground?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and where you meet Rita. Yeah, at the first of the game.
Yeah.
And you have to get some kind of book,
Oh, yeah. You go to the library.
and yeah, that's what I did just now.
Yeah, you're getting there.
So
Well,
yeah,
I'm happy that you've been playing it even though you didn't beat it in time.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good chunk of progress. It's like almost,
I commend you, good sir.
it's almost like 30 hours in or something. So,
yeah, I'm 40
Okay.
hours.
So,
Horse.
who are some of your favorite
40.
characters? Who
Yeah.
you liking the most?
Dude,
Dude.
Judy is my new
Oh,
wife.
love Judy.
Judy is your new wife, huh?
Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Judy.
And I've always, dude, I liked this guy since I first met him. The old man, Raven.
Kirby.
Yep.
I love Raven. He was
And,
interesting.
like-
He provided that like interesting pervy kind of humor and all that. It was interesting.
Yeah, and do you remember, Dan, where you go and see that kid that's dressed up like a cow?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like talking to Judy and says something like Miss Bouncy Bouncy,
Yeah,
and
dropping stuff like that.
I'm like, what the hell?
That's right.
And Raven, like, I forget, you get the boat, you have to get back on the boat after, like, the Don Whitehorse dies, you know, kills himself, and, you're getting back on the boat, and you're like, where's Raven? And, they're all like, oh, he's got shit to do, you know, in the town, and then all of a sudden, he pops up on the boat, and I'm like, oh, yeah! Because he's awesome.
Cool. So who's, like, your primary party? Like, who do you have as your 4?
It's usually, I don't use Carol that much, but I use, Yuri, Estelle, Judy, and Old Man Raven. And then sometimes I, take Judy and Raven out and put in Rita and...
Repeat.
Repeat.
Gotta love Repeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always preferred just using as many females as possible in my team, so my team was always, and I mean always, Yuri, Estelle, Rita, and Judy. And it worked out really, really well because...
That was my team as well.
They made for that's probably the most balanced team you can have, because Yuri and Judith are kind of like tank characters. They have to fight up really close, really up close to their enemies. Then you have Estelle, who's like always... in charge of your team and all the healing, and like if you guys get hurt, she can do multiple healing, and she has some magic she can use. But then Rita is like a tank when it comes to magic, because she can just be at a distance and spamming all this strong magic, which is awesome. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a good... I remember that was one of my favorite parts in the game, when Yuri first meets Judith, like naturally, like when they're in the jail.
Oh yeah.
I'm
like, holy shit, it's a girl.
Yeah, and Yuri was the same thing. It's like, well, she said something like, well, do you want me to, put my costume back on? And it's like, no, I think I prefer the eye candy myself.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I love Yuri. Yuri's an awesome hero, man. It's such a cliche thing to have, this majestic hero who's flawless and just incredible and stuff like this, where Yuri's just a guy who wants justice straight out, and he kind of comes off as like a villain character or like a vigilante, but he just wants justice, and that's what was awesome, is having like Flynn, who is very, very like political when it comes to justice, and having that constant bashing between Yuri and Flynn, and when they conflict. I think that one of my most memorable quotes is, I think when Yuri and Flynn are talking, is like, they're kind of back to back, and like, or no, like Flynn's looking at Yuri, but Yuri's not facing Flynn. And he's like, so you intend to dirty your hands? And then he just kind of looks over his shoulder, gives a smug look. It's like, I already have. So that just kind of sums up Yuri's personality and just a whole. He's a badass character. That's why in Tales of Grace's F, I had Asbel pretty much dressed up in the Yuri costume all the way through. It was pretty sweet. I remember I was so happy when I unlocked the Yuri costume, because it doesn't say what costumes you unlock until you actually unlock them, and you can see what it is. I'm like, oh my god, it's a Yuri costume. Yes. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Just gotta beat it, that way you can play Tales of Illia whenever that comes out in a couple months. Oh, it's gonna be epic. Get hype. Get so hype. You had no idea.
Yeah, that's one of our new things now, is get hyped.
Yeah, I just watch so much Evo, and like, I love how Evo works. Like, it cracks me up sometimes. Or even some of these random Twitch streams that are all about fighting. It's like, I love watching the commentating and all that. They're so enthusiastic.
I've been watching tons of fighting streams lately.
Like, I wish I could have those commentators commenting, like, in real life on games I'm playing. Like, RPGs and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, he uses that healing item. Oh, it heals him by, like, 50%. Oh, get hype. Oh, he's gonna go for the kill on the boss. It's like, that'd be amazing.
Dude, I want him to do commentary on your Sega Bass Fishing.
I think I want them at my wedding. be amazing. Oh, like, oh my god, they're about to tie the knot. Get hype, everyone, get hype. I love those guys. Those guys are bastards, and I love them. So yeah, it's been a blast, obviously. To sum it up, it's been a blast. And to any of the guests we had that we didn't mention, were just so many. And lots of good memories that just don't come to mind right now. But, you know what time it is?
No.
I think it's time.
Hold on. Every time I ask, you know what time it is, you guys actually tell me the time. But when Dan asks you the time, you say, I don't know, or it's time for news, or whatever. That's bullshit. You guys
You're
suck.
right. You're right, Clyde. It's time for news. Still got some news. Gotta bring that news.
Gotta bring that news, son.
I'm gonna start off. We got a couple news articles. Still providing you guys the news. So, a big convention happened recently, CES, which is a popular electronic exhibition where all the, who's who of the finest technology, the most modern technology, come to showcase whatever they've been working on. And anyone who knows PC should know this name, NVIDIA, and they're very famous for all their computer stuff. But they actually announced a portable game console. It's called Project Shield. And it looks like a 360 controller with I think it's like an 8-inch screen attached to it. And basically the whole premise of this is that it's going to run the Android marketplace. So similar to what Ouya's kind of supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to play Android games with a controller. And they're also making their own game marketplace, like NVIDIA exclusively, I forget what they call it though. And you can stream your Steam library. Now the only down part about that is, and kind of what makes this a pointless console because the EU's coming out, and the Android marketplace isn't really enough to sell, is you think, oh okay, I can stream my Steam games, awesome, I can take them on the go. Wrong. It works the same way as the Wii U tablet, so you can only stream your PC library within a certain radius of your computer and your Wi-Fi network. So it basically defeats the purpose. Like you can't play any of your PC games unless you're in the house, which makes no sense because if you're in the house, you're probably just going to be playing on your PC anyways. Because it's going to most likely have a better screen than this and all that. The screen is actually nice, but it's a 5-inch screen and it has a room for micro SD card slot. It's running on the brand new that they announced, Tegra 4 processor, which is their latest and greatest. It says it's going to provide about 5 to 10 hours of gaming on a single charge. And it's going to be running on a PC, or basically you can run your PC games within a certain...
Also, the thing is, it won't work. The Steam thing won't work unless you have an NVIDIA chipset.
Yeah, that's true too.
In your PC.
Yeah, I forgot about that, which makes it even more obsolete. Because if you have a basic computer, you can't really do it. So basically what it comes down to is if you want this to play Android marketplace stuff, which is kind of...
You can't have AMD.
Yeah. It's weird. So I don't know. I don't know who this is for, basically. I don't know who would actually go out and buy this. They haven't announced the price yet. So we'll see. And they haven't announced a kind of tentative release date. Yeah. But moving on to more PC news. The sexy, very, very sexy Mr. Gabe Newell. Love that guy. One sexy beast, I swear to God. Man. But we've been hearing about it a lot, and it's the Steambox console, is it coming, is it not coming, Valve, and Gabe kind of announced it, but it's been, I guess, officially confirmed. This thing is a real thing that is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be called Steambox, but the weird thing is, they announced another Steambox that's not going to be made by Valve, but it's going to do the same thing as a Steambox, so it's like a secondary company making the same system. It's weird. But there's basically this company called XI3, and they're going to be making their own version of the Steambox, which is going to run Steam with the big picture mode and everything, and it looks like this tiny little cube. But yeah, it's weird because this isn't officially the Steambox. This is just another company who's making the same console, and Valve is going to do another console on their own, which is going to be the Steambox. why you need two. I don't know. I don't know why you need multiple brands, but that's weird. But yeah, there's no set release date for that too, but the Steam box is an interesting thing. It seems so random now just to see all these, like, kind of consoles popping up. Like, I saw recently, I don't have a news article on it, but I saw another thing at CES, and it's like I think it's called Razer Edge, and it's like a gaming tablet. It's a tablet PC specifically built to play and run really high-end video games. So, like, PC stuff, and it's got this really weird, like, docking station that puts these, like, controllers on it, so you put the tablet into this kind of docking station, and it gives you, like, some analog sticks and all that, and a controller and stuff like that. It's pretty wide and stuff like that, but yeah, that's something you can sure look up. Razer Edge, I think is what it's called. And a new game was recently announced. This kind of came out of nowhere. I never heard of this game. It was just bam. Actually, I think it came out like the other day that they announced it, but it was a new game from the people at CD Projekt. And you should know CD Projekt for bringing us the Witcher games. But it is another role-playing game from the same people of the Witcher franchise. And it's called Cyberpunk 2077. And it's supposed to be an open-world sci-fi RPG kind of game. And that's so weird. Like, the trailer is really, really awesome. Like, I highly recommend checking out the trailer. It's one of those gorgeous, gorgeous cinematic trailers that's just so epic. But yeah, it's like Blade Runner or something, but RPG style, which I'm all for. And the fact that it is going to be made by CD Projekt is like, they know how to make RPGs. Witcher 2 is really highly regarded, so it's going to be cool. It's like, this could be like the modern day Shadowrun if done right. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, I recommend checking out the trailer. It's Cyberpunk 2077. And that is actually all my news. Oh, please, no one rush to deliver the news.
We don't want you to go.
There's people there. Go for it, Techno.
Okay. Let's do this shit.
I actually just had my fucking mic muted.
Yeah. Well,
Cliven is mic muting. That's the thing too.
I had a sneeze.
Like I swear to God, like the last 2 weeks, Clive will like call me up, and they like all start talking, and I don't hear anything. It's like dead silent. They're like both times. It's like, oh, my mic was muted. Like, got like this sensitive like button or something.
It's a very small button, but for some reason it always goes into the mute mode. But this time I actually had a sneeze, so now, you know, I'm all booger free, so.
Oh, good, man.
I know.
That's good. That's awesome. Well, Capcom Arcade Cabinet is confirmed for the West. Capcom Arcade Cabinet platform is for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN coming stateside, and it was just announced, and I don't think they have pricing yet, like, for it. If you don't know what it is, it's kind of like Microsoft's arcade type thing they did. I forget the name of it. But you'll be able to, it's an app where you can buy Capcom arcade games with that. So, yeah, I don't know. One game was confirmed, and that was Black Tiger. And never heard of it. Probably.
You've never heard of it?
No.
Have you ever read Ready Player One?
Ready Player One. Oh, dumbass me. Dumbass me.
That was one of the games in the book.
Yeah. Whoops. I totally forgot. Yeah. So, if you like Deadpool and Cable, well, they're reuniting in the new Deadpool game. So,
I don't know. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember Deadpool saying he was going to get Satellite.
Damn it. No, we've already had this joke once. You can't
TV.
do that again.
No, I have to do it again because listeners didn't hear the joke before the podcast, so I'm bringing it up again.
There you go.
Get it? Joke. Cable. Satellite. Cable TV.
Yeah, Deadpool's watching satellite TV.
But now he has cable.
Oh,
Damn it.
He can watch HBO. He can watch Game of Thrones.
yeah.
Oh my god. Why don't he just buy the Blu-rays?
Because he has cable. He doesn't need to buy. Why are you making Deadpool spend more money?
Because I know Deadpool. He loves some Blu-rays.
Get hype.
Well, what?
So get hype.
Get hype, son, because guess what? The first 7 EVO 2013 games have been announced, and the
So
8th
hype.
game determined by Charity Drive. So, the 7 games have been announced as official selections as per usual. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Mortal Kombat Hell, yes, Street Fighter X, Tekken, Cross Tekken, whatever, version 2013, King of Fighters 13, and Persona 4.
Oh, get hype. People
Oh, no
bring
Dead
it.
or Alive?
No Tekken
Yeah.
Tag 2? Lame.
No, he said Tekken Tag 2.
Ah, that Tekken
Oh, you did? I
Tag.
didn't even hear that.
Yeah. He didn't say Dead or Alive 5, though.
I know, it's it's sad.
No
Sadly.
Rumble Roses?
Rumble
Okay.
Rumble Rose.
Persona 4
Well, maybe
Arena.
the next game will be Dead or Alive. Or Virtual Fighter.
Oh, man.
I bet you it's going to be Virtual Fighter.
No way. I want Dead or Alive 5. Dead or Alive 5 was so good!
Hold on. Basically, players donate money to the BCRF, which is the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, in the name of whichever game they want to see in the final slot, be it Dead or Alive 5, Darkstalkers 3, Capcom vs. SNK 2, or any of the 13 other eligible titles. So, there you go.
Oh,
I know.
So
Dude,
confused.
I was reading something. Here's what it says. Donation links can be found here. There's a link to it. So if you want to forcefully subject people to a global MLP Fighting is Magic tournament, you can do so for a good cause. You guys know what that is, right?
MLP?
Yeah,
It's My Little Pony.
I know.
Fighting game. They were playing it there last time, I remember.
Yeah. So, yep, that is all my news.
Good stuff. Oh, man.
Actually,
so hype.
I heard like, I really doubt it's true, but I heard they want to bring that thing to consoles.
What?
The My Little Pony Fighting is Magic.
I can see that as like a downloadable game.
I really doubt they're gonna do that, but if they did, that would be it. That would be like totally awesome.
Yeah, I can see it's just like an Xbox Live arcade game.
I would totally kick ass with my Applejack against Techno's Rarity, and we'd You're
Applejack's
going down.
OP.
you're going down, Techno. And way better than Dan's Fluttershy.
I play mean Fluttershy.
You rock! Woohoo!
Don't you know?
Damn right. I know.
Hyper combos for days.
For combos for days. Well, I have some news stories,
Yay.
and they're not My Little Pony related.
Boo.
Yay!
Fuck you. Why don't you go be with Amy?
Dude, that joke is a year old.
And yet, it still applies.
No, it doesn't. Not anymore.
It pretty much still applies.
It's dead.
But in other news, besides that, if you want free Nintendo U games, you can. If you buy a U system, you have a chance of getting free Nintendo U games. Or Nintendo Wii U games. Because basically if you buy a used Nintendo Wii U and the previous owner has bought games downloaded to it, you can re-download those games for free because apparently the games are not tied to people's accounts. They're tied to the actual systems themselves. So I know, Dan, you were like interested in buying a Wii U. If you get a used one, you could get someone's used games. So if someone downloaded, like, I don't know, the retail game is downloadable for that system?
Yep.
There's a few.
Yeah, okay. Yes, if someone downloaded the new Super Mario Bros. U, like, digitally,
for free,
you could re-download that for free, because the previous owner of that system has already basically paid for the game.
Yeah, I heard this. It's interesting.
That's kind of cool, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But can't you do that with the 3DS and DSi XL too?
I don't know. I do not know. I think you can do it with the Wii.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still, either way, it's still kind of cool. It's a brand new system. And, you know,
free games.
Free games, yeah. Can't complain. But another news story that I have is 2 new fighters have been released or leaked and then later confirmed for Injustice Gods Among Us. You get...
Isn't it Lex Luthor?
Totally stole my thunder, dude.
I forget
a real
the other
asshole.
one.
No, technically, continue. Who's the other fighter? Come on, I want to hear
Apparently
it.
you got this news story. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, come on, let's hear it. Who's the other fighter?
Oh, is it Spider-Man?
It's Spider-Man. Totally Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Come on, Techno, finish.
Come
on.
Is it Aquaman? Oh, I gotta play Aquaman. I have to.
I forget.
Alright, well, I actually have the news story, but yes, Lex Luthor is one of the playable characters, or one of the new playable characters for Injustice Gods Among Us, and the other one is Bane.
Oh, yeah. And he's not the shit Bane.
Yeah. Now we remember, after we... Yeah, stole the story from Clava, yeah. You bastard.
Bane's badass.
Bane is pretty badass, and yeah, he actually looks kind of cool. He looks way better than Lex Luthor, I'll tell you that.
It's all about Aquaman. Can't wait to pawn some noobs with my mean Aquaman.
Shit.
I don't even...
So many dolphins and shit. Oh man, get hype.
Wow, that's a stereotype. Jackass. He's in the game too, isn't he? I forget if he's in the game.
I don't think I've heard anything from
Aquaman.
Yeah.
I thought he was a little lame hero who had to live in the ocean.
Fuck you, dude. If Aquaman's in the game, I'm making you buy this game, and then I will play as Aquaman, and you can play as whoever the hell you want.
I want to play as Aquaman.
Alright, you pick Aquaman, and I'll kick your ass with Aquaman.
I'll beat your ass with Bane.
Fuck you. Bane sucks. You didn't even know who Bane was 10 minutes ago. What? You were all about Lex Luthor. You were like, oh look, I'm bald and I'm Lex Luthor and I'm a millionaire, but I don't know who the fuck Bane is.
I know who the fuck Bane is.
Sure you do. Sure, after I told you who exactly Bane is and how he got introduced into comics and how he...
What? You never...
You gotta read between the lines, dude.
Damn it.
Alright, but yeah, Lex Luthor and Bane are now the new playable characters that have been leaked and later confirmed by the studio. But my very last news story, and a lot of people already know this, new Pokemon game.
Oh man, so hot.
6th generation Pokemon X and Pokemon Y is going to be released worldwide in October of this year for the Nintendo 3DS. And I gotta say, you guys, this game looks fucking amazing. Dude, I watched that. Did you guys see the Nintendo Direct video?
Yeah.
Nope.
Sure did.
God, why the fuck are you on this podcast, Techno? God damn it, you don't know who Bane is, you don't watch Pokemon. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, well, let me and Dan talk about Pokemon while you go play with your Amy. Whatever. But yeah, I can't wait for this, dude. Seriously. A 3D Pokemon game?
Yeah, I'm
I
excited.
can't wait.
I think I said this before. This is going to be the first Pokemon game I played since Pokemon Sapphire, which I thought was a really good generation, because after that I was like, man, it's the same shit. They're not changing anything. The graphics look exactly the same on the DS and all that. I'm like, you can do so much more, but they're not. I mean, I understand it works, but at some point you got to revitalize the series. You got to give it a new makeover, a new look. And that's what this 3DS one is doing. It looks almost reminded me of like a Japanese RPG or something with like the overworld kind of vibe looking at it, and 3D and all that, and the new 3D battle sequences look cool, and the legendaries actually look pretty cool. I'm probably going to be picking up Pokemon X because I like that deer. It's a badass deer.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting X too.
Yeah, I haven't.
Not because of the deer, because I just think Pokemon X sounds cooler than
That
Pokemon
too.
Y.
I think Pokemon X sounds way better, but yeah, I really like the deer. I would think for like, it just looks so majestic and all that. It's awesome. The starters, kind of lame, but whatever. One of them's a rip-off of Flareon, one of them's a derpy-looking frog, and one of them's an awesome chipmunk.
That frog is badass. Don't make fun of the frog.
This is the first time that the grass Pokemon feels like my obvious choice, because I'm not interested in the fire dog, because I'm like, Vulpix, Flareon, you know, been there, done that. It looks like some trashy-looking dog, and then you got some derpy-looking frog, and I'm like, man, no Totodile. Got nothing on Totodile. But so Chespin was like the only one that, like, the name sounds weird, and he's like a grass type chipmunk or something. I'm like, oh my god, I'm sold. So it's the first time. I think I have never picked a grass Pokemon starter. It's always been either fire or water. You know, because I think in the first Pokemon Blue, I obviously picked Squirtle because I kind of felt like I had to. And then in Silver, picked Totodile. Thought Totodile was so badass. And then Sapphire, I love Torchic. Torchic was probably one of my favorite starter Pokemon, just because it was a 2-type Pokemon. It wasn't just fire. It would evolve into a badass Blaziken, and then you have a fire fighting type, which is just so awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. New Pokemon game, 3DS. Be the first one I play since Sapphire. I'm excited. Can't wait to see some of the other, newer Pokemons, because obviously it's going to be a new gen, but see what some of these other Pokemon look like. And I'm happy that there's still some, like, original Pokemons in there, too, that they showed.
Yeah, I saw Pikachu in there, Magikarp.
Yeah, so awesome.
You see that fucking video? Like, one of them did, like, a Hyper Beam against Magikarp?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, dude!
It's like, you're getting a little carried away here. It's a little helpless Magikarp.
I didn't use Hyper Beam on it, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's all I knew is Pokemon, Injustice, and free Nintendo Wii U games. So yeah.
I used to love doing that in the older ones. I'd be like so overpowered, I'd beat the game and go around with like my overpowered Gyarados or whatever and go back to like the original roots and be like level 5 Oddish and use a Hyper Beam on it or something. It's like so excessive, it doesn't make any sense.
Wow, you're like...
Like that, you stupid Oddish.
Jesus Christ, dude, man.
I guess that's news.
That is news.
That's the thing. Good
That's
stuff.
the thing.
Techno's fucking Jeopardy.
Well, guys, I have no questions.
Oh, what a
You
dick.
fucking son of a bitch.
Shit.
We were so hyped for Techno's fucking Jeopardy, but he let us down.
I know, what the hell?
Sorry.
Seriously, I give you one task, and you failed us.
Damn.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Not to me, to Dan.
I'm sorry.
Not to Dan, to our listeners.
I'm sorry.
Now to Grimace.
Yeah, now to Grimace.
I'm sorry.
Now to Amy.
Fuck no.
You...
That's an abusive relationship.
I know, what the fuck, dude? Jesus.
Get out of it, Amy. It's
Yeah,
abusive.
run! Amy, run! Run! But I have questions for Clive's quick little trivia.
Yay.
You guys excited?
Yeah. It's no Techno's fucking Jeopardy, but it'll do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It'll do.
I'm sorry. If you want, I'll make up 2-part questions for you.
Yeah, that'll worth like 10 points each or something.
Like seeds. But that's it. That is it. It is time for Clive's My Little Trivia.
I thought it was 9:33.
Fuck you, dude. Seriously, God. Alright, well this one I actually had fun with because I picked categories that kind of each correlate with each one of us. I picked a category for Dan. His category is You're Nuts, because he likes squirrels for some reason. My category is The Iceman Cometh, because, quick freeze, whatever. And then Techno's category is In Your Dreams.
Should have been Where's My Hamburger, bro?
Where's my hamburger, bro? But yeah, Techno's category is for the Dreamcast. So, who won last week?
I did.
Alright, well, since Dan's last episode, he goes first.
Yeah.
So, stop being selfish.
Let's go my category, the Are You Nuts or whatever.
Okay.
4-3, balls deep. No pussyfooting here.
Okay. Balls deep.
Balls deep. That's one of them too.
that started with Jeopardy, the first time we did Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I was like, man, balls deep.
Balls deep, baby. Alright, your question is, what is the first world in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts?
Oh, God.
Fuck.
I thought Techno was such a banjo guy. Come on.
No. Fuck that game. That game is
Was that the
terrible.
360 one?
Yes.
Yes.
Really? Is that bad? It didn't look too bad.
Yes.
I haven't played it, but it didn't look too bad. I don't know. No, I haven't played
The buzzing word is whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit.
Explosions.
Alright, explosions.
Classic. I don't know. No idea.
No?
No idea. Not a clue. I haven't played that game yet.
Techno, you know it?
I'm gonna guess it. Spiral Mountain.
No. The answer is Nutty Acres.
Oh, how creative.
Well, I gave you a hint, man. It's in the title.
Oh, are there gonna be nuts in all these questions? I love it.
Alright.
Nuts
So
everywhere.
no one got that one. So, Dan, pick again.
Same category for 2.
Okay. Who is Conker's... What?
I said waist deep.
Waist deep. Yeah, it's waist deep.
Alright, who is Conker's girlfriend in Conker's Bad Fur?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a good question.
Squirrel, baby. Squirrels.
Love squirrels.
Dan likes squirrels.
I totally forgot her name.
Yeah, she does have a name.
No idea.
Shit.
No? You guys want a hint?
Yeah.
Okay, squirrels eat them.
Explosions? I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Squirrels eat explosions.
Yes. In my world, they do.
In my world, they do.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say acorn.
No.
I should. I'm hating myself right now.
How long do you think he's going to take to Google this?
I'm not.
Give him a while. He's stealing that Wi-Fi, so
He's
give him a while.
still stealing the Wi-Fi? Google doesn't work when you're stealing stuff?
He's outside of a Starbucks right now in the parking lot.
Techno, you know it?
No, I don't know.
Just throw the towel.
Alright, her name is Barry.
Oh, Barry.
Dan, what do you want next?
Ankle deep. Same category.
Ankle deep. Alright. Which Kong dual wields peanut launcher guns?
Explosions.
What is
Diddy
it?
Kong.
What is it?
Diddy.
Oh, okay, well, I would love to give you the answer, but it's Dan's last episode.
It's
So
Diddy.
Dan,
What?
yeah,
What?
Dan just said Didi. There's nothing I
No.
can do.
That's bullshit.
What? He just said Didi. There's nothing I can do.
I said explosions before he did. He didn't even say explosions.
The new buzzing word is Pepsi.
Yeah, I thought
Diddy Kong.
Pepsi and Dr. Sprite and whatever.
Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder. All right, Techno, you got 0 points for that one. But all right, Techno, what do you want?
All right. I want mine fucking balls deep.
Oh, yes.
Crazy Taxi 2 included 2 new cities or 2 new levels, whichever one you want to see it, based on New York City. What were the 2 new levels?
Wait.
I have Crazy Taxi
Wait.
2.
You want me to read it again?
I don't understand the question. They're both related to New York, but you said, what are they?
Yes. All right, I'll
Like
read it again.
their names?
Crazy Taxi 2 included 2 new levels based on New York City. What were the levels called?
Big Apple and Small Apple?
I'll give you
Explosions?
half a point because you got Small Apple correct.
Okay. I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't play 2 a lot, so.
Dan, you know it?
No idea. Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
Love Apple Jacks. Oh, man. No idea. I don't.
No, well, Techno got one of them right. It was Small Apple, but the other level was called Around Apple. I don't know why Around Apple's one of them, but yeah, Around Apple. What do you want for your next question, Techno? I gave you one.
Waist deep.
I gave you 1 point for that because you got at least
2.
one. Okay, what is the only Dead or Alive game released in North America on the Dreamcast?
Explosions.
Explosions. Dead or Alive 2.
Oh,
You are correct, sir.
Dead or Alive Extreme 2. Best game ever. Fuck yeah. Jiggling boobs everywhere.
Okay.
All up on those trees.
All right,
all up
Techno,
on
what
those
do you want?
palm trees.
What's
Ankle deep. 1.
Okay. What robotic playable character in Sonic Adventure, what is his full name?
Robotic?
Yeah, the robotic playable character in Sonic Adventure, what was his full name?
Explosions. E102 Gamma.
You are correct.
Good job.
Woo! Okay.
Okay.
The only category left is Iceman Cometh.
Okay.
What do you
Let's
want?
do that one. Balls deep.
Okay. What are the names of the ice climbers?
Oh, good question.
Explosions, Nan, and I'm just gonna throw out a guess, Joe.
I'll give you 1 point.
Yeah.
Dan, you know the other name? Besides Nana. Nana was one.
Bill. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too.
Nope. The names were Nana and Popo.
Oh man, Popo.
Mr. Popo.
Alright. I'm sure you want the 2 point question next.
Yep.
Alright. You guys are unoriginal. What was the first game to show Sub-Zero unmasked?
Oh my god.
Explosions.
Ready this?
What is it?
That is Mortal Kombat 3.
Techno was right. Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh.
Well, okay. Gameplay-wise, MK3, but he takes off, you see his face at his ending in 2, but whatever.
Hear that? Techno's schooling us.
I was
You know all about Mortal Kombat.
dropping that MK knowledge.
I know. Alright, you want the last question?
Yeah.
In Mega Man X, in Chill Penguin's level, what armor upgrade do you get?
Explosions.
What is it, Techno?
The, dashing ability.
Yeah.
The name.
You are correct. You get the boots. Boots, dashing ability. Same thing. Okay. Bonus question. Dan?
Oh, shit.
I got
Dan,
shit.
you have 0 points.
Oh man. Like a boss. Killing it.
Techno, you have 9 points.
Bring it up the rear.
but since it's Dan's last episode, he has plus 20 points.
What?
I don't write the rules, Techno. I'm sorry. You know, if you have a complaint, follow it out with Dan.
No.
What?
That's bullshit.
I don't make the rules. Dan made the rules like a long time ago.
Take it up with
No, we
PR.
did.
Take it up with PR. Grimace
Yeah,
is
come
the
on.
head.
Seriously, dude. If you're just
Hurry up.
You're just making yourself look bad. You know, like, come on.
What? Of getting every fucking one of them right?
Yeah, well, you know, if you want to win the game, you're gonna have to, you know, retire from the podcast, and then you get 20 points, and you come back the next episode, and you'll be all set. Okay? You know, it's like, come on. Are you okay with that?
Whatever.
All right, fine. Whatever. All right, bonus question worth 0 points because Techno doesn't give a crap anymore. In Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, what level is Mewtwo when you meet him?
Explosion. I'm gonna say.
What is this, Techno? Dan.
I'm gonna say level 70.
You are correct.
Yeah. See,
Dan
I know
fans,
my first gen Pokemons. Come on. All about them first gens.
Techno, how do you feel? You just got schooled. You
Yeah.
won.
What?
I told you, Dan had like 20 points.
Yeah, that question was worth like 1,000 points.
I know. So Dan
Whatever.
won with 1,020 points, and you had 9. There's nothing I can do about it.
Grimace wrote the rules. You're gonna have to
I know.
keep up with him.
Shit.
Yeah, seriously, come on.
Grimace can go fuck himself.
You know what? That is not.
I don't want to
that
picture that. It's a disturbing image.
What the fuck? Alright. But congrats, Techno. You won fair and square.
Good job. I'm
I know.
impressed. You know a lot about video games and you got to say.
Even though Dan still won.
Grimace rigged it. So, is it that time?
It's that time.
What time?
It's that time again for another
Absolutely.
Go Gaming Podcast.
With your host, Mr. TechnoSqueek. Don't make me angry. You won't like it.
What?
That's the video
That's our
intro.
intro, man.
It's the video
Have you
intro.
not ever seen the intro to this podcast?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, well, we assume that you know it.
Well, I'm pissed.
Why are you pissed?
It's question time.
See, I'm back with my pissy attitude.
Yeah, why are you pissed?
Okay, so
Piss me off.
remember all those games I bought?
Yeah.
Well, I have a unofficial VGA box for my Dreamcast, and most of I haven't tried them all, but most are like, hey, this game doesn't support this, so, and I think I need just to get like the official VGA cable. So, yeah, pisses me off, but whatever. What can you do?
You can
There.
get the cable.
You can buy
What?
AV cables.
Yeah, you can get the cable. That's exactly what you do.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
So there.
You
Alright,
with your
yeah, there you go.
Dreamcast.
I know. Yeah.
Man,
Dreamcast.
no.
What? It's a dreamy console. What can you
Yeah,
say?
why? I don't. Yeah, it's a failing system.
What?
Take it up
I'm
with
sorry.
Sega.
I know. Take it up with Sega. You know they don't support anything.
Just don't
anymore.
mention Shining Force to him, but yeah, take it up with him.
Well, they did make the the greatest game of all time, which is Sonic Shuffle.
That's true. And Seaman everywhere.
And Echo the Dolphin, the defenders of
Oh,
what?
Dolphins in space.
universe. Dolphins in space.
Greatest game ever.
Dolphins in space.
I'd buy that for $1.
Buy that for.
I'd buy that for $1. Oh my
Oh.
god. Yes.
What?
That also reminds me.
RoboCop.
Bingo!
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Bingo! From one of my older Let's Play, or not Let's Plays, but streams, me and Aaron streamed Smash TV,
Alright.
and the announcer's always, I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, yes.
Bingo!
Getting
remember
free
that
toasters
line.
and shit. And VCRs. Oh, so good.
I remember that line from RoboCop.
Oh, well, there you go.
The time! The time! Who's got the time?
It's question time. Yeah,
All right, do you guys want to get in some questions?
Yes.
do it.
All right. Well, before we get into questions, since it's Dan's last episode, we have a bunch of comments from a lot of listeners, so I'm going to read them off. First one is from Jake. He says, Dan, I would like to say best wishes to your future endeavors, and you'll definitely be missed on the PSP, which is the Press Start Podcast, by all us fans. Sad to see real life get in the way of things you gotta do, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm sure Clive and Derek will keep the show going. So that was from Jake.
Awesome.
Next person is from Mikey's Monarch. He says, I have one question. What is your favorite Dan moment on Press Our Podcast? Mine was the Yoda voice. So that's the question, is what's your favorite Dan moment?
I don't even remember
Yoda
doing that. I thought that was on Operation Killscreen.
Yeah, I
'cause
think that was Operation.
Tim was like, do your Yoda voice. I was doing Yoda voice. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah, I think that was okay. But I guess that counts too.
Yeah. My favorite Dan moment is, that's a thing.
That's the thing.
That's a thing.
It's gonna catch on
That's
fire.
the thing.
It's gonna be what all the cool kids are saying. I'm gonna be like, hey, I know where they got that from.
Dan, favorite Dan moment. Come on, Techno, say it.
Fuck, I don't know. There's so many.
That's the thing.
Pick one.
I really think Dan is the one that's like, hey, get Techno on this podcast because he is cool.
Yeah.
See, that's my favorite Dan moment right there.
It's my greatest choice. Getting Techno off this podcast.
Uh,
I don't have any. Moments suck.
your moments suck.
So, I think one of my favorite moments, because it made me laugh too after going back to it. I forgot what it was. Where it was a fanboy episode, and I started out by like making fun of like Call of Duty and all that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go play some Call of Duty with the bros, 360 no scope. I don't know. It was weird.
All right, Mikey's Monarch continues to say, I would also like to state that I will miss Dan on the Press Start podcast. He did an awesome host, which sounds really dirty. Whatever you do with Techno is your business, Dan.
It was the hot secretary. Just clear that up.
But I think he means to say you're an awesome host. But he continues on by saying, and I thought his
Oratory.
skills evolved. I also loved his insight, and he has definitely brought something unique and original to the show. Dan, you will be missed, and I wish you luck in your future endeavors. One question that I'm curious about, so he does have another question, which I'm sure you will answer soon, is will Clive and Derek tag team the podcast as the dynamic superhero duo, or will they seek out help from Superman? So that's his question. Will Techno and I continue the podcast by ourselves, or get Superman to be on the podcast?
Or become
Fuck
villains.
that. No, we're getting Aquaman.
Oh, fuck yeah. I gotta listen to this shit all the time, man. Love Aquaman. Now for Ocean Talk with Aquaman.
Dude, this just popped in my head. You guys remember the episode that I started in that monochrome voice? And
Oh, that was funny as shit. What? It's
Yeah.
like Squirrel Migration Podcast.
Oh, yes.
There's like an actual squirrel podcast with like a shit ton.
Welcome back to the Squirrel Migration Podcast with Squirrel Master Nostalgic Dan 1. Yeah. That just popped in my head.
We're like, I think we're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Wrong podcast.
That just popped in my head.
That's funny.
But we have another comment from Zevin1718. He says, this might be too long, but here I go. I only found out about this podcast 3 months ago, but since then, since there, I think, okay, and since then, he writes there, but he means then, I have really enjoyed it. I just finished listening to all the episodes, so thank you. You have all unique personalities, and with Dan being the hardcore RPG guy, I have learned so much about games I've never would have ever played. Though I could dwell on the fact that you are leaving, or I could be happy, I could look at the happy side. The fact that you have to do this show, that you are serious about school, and you aren't one of those YouTubers who have no plans for the future. For that, I congratulate you, and I say good luck to your future endeavors. People like to say words like endeavors. It's weird. I hope you get... the thing, yeah. I hope you get where you want... I hope you get what you want in life. We will miss you.
Dude, he's talking about me in this little thing about people not knowing what to do with their life or whatever in their future.
Just become a YouTube whore. You know, show your cleavage a little, just unzip it.
I know.
You're good.
Naked reviews. Naked reviews, man. We've been telling you this for months.
You'll be surprised what double bras do. Yeah, no.
Seriously. Oh, God. I know. Double bras with Metapod underwear. Oh, my God. Jesus. So fucking hot. Yeah, but yeah, so that's what he says for 17, 18.
Yeah, that's true. It's like YouTube, like before anything, my mind, anything, my mind is just focused on getting through college. It's going to feel so good to finally have a BFA. The fact that I can say I have a Bachelor's of Fine Arts, you know, it's going to feel really good. Especially it being an intermediate Bachelor's of Fine Arts, which, you know, that can get me into so many places. Because they're going to, I know the first thing they're going to ask is what the hell is intermediate, and I'll just be like, well, it's kind of everything. I've done everything you can do. I've used all the mediums of art. So you name it, I've probably done it.
Awesome. See, we have one more comment from Pegasus187. He says, good luck with school and all that. I'm sure Techno and Clyde will keep this show going. And hey, if you guys need a fill-in host on Fridays, I'm available. It's not goodbye, just see you later. Pegasus187.
Yeah, that's true too. That's why I like that last comment, that it's not goodbye, it's not something permanent, you know. I know summer break comes around and that's like a couple months and I'm bored as shit and I'm be like,
everyone crying thinking you're gone forever. But no, you just said it. What?
I'm never coming.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
You're never coming back? Oh, thanks.
No, but yeah.
Well,
it's just for a while, I guess, you know. It's just for a while.
Yeah, let's just get this straight. Dan's not quitting the podcast. He's just taking a break. You know, he is
long break.
Yeah, he has school. Real life takes priority over this, so he's just taking a break. Dan can come back any episode, anytime he wants, and just join in. So like, it's not forever. So
yeah. So with Mikey's question, we are still continuing this podcast, even without Dan being here, right?
Yes, I certainly.
I
told you guys too. I'll teach you guys all the tools of the trade. Yeah.
I just want to make it all clear for all the listeners that we're not just stopping here. It's done with. We're still...
It's like a season finale, you know? Like what season's over, then season 2 starts up.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit different.
Pick up the DVD.
They kill off that one guy, which is me.
It's like...
Replace him.
It's like gonna be PSP version 2.
Oh man, it's so hype. The sequel is so good.
Dan, you want to be our first guest on PSP version 2? No, but like we should actually just bring this up now. Techno and I are going to continue the podcast. What I thought about doing is like we're probably going to take a break, until we find a third co-host to replace Dan. And well, Dan already said this before. We kind of want like maybe a listener to be the third co-host to take Dan's place. And how do you want to do this, Techno? You just want to get like people who are interested in taking the slot to leave, a comment or a message on our Facebook page.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'll be good.
And I'll put something up on the forums, Pete's Game Room forum, to, go to, leave a link to the, Facebook page to leave a comment if you want to be the new host, or, so we get everyone's opinion, or everyone's, thing.
Yeah, so for anybody who's interested in taking Dan's slot for his absence, please go to our Facebook page, leave a comment or a status update, whatever. I'm interested, and Techno and I, one day we'll just talk amongst ourselves who would be the good fit. And Dan, if you want to throw in your input, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
And as soon as we pick somebody, we'll reach out to that person and say, yeah,
you're it.
You're it. We would like you to be the new co-host until Dan comes back, and then if Dan does come back, maybe we'll just
4 people.
Keep you around. Maybe have 4 people. So
yeah, that's just how I imagine it.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's you can consider yourself a established host, and it just not only that you're interested, but just kind of describe some of your gaming background, what you like, some of the games you like. If you have a YouTube, definitely plug that. That way it'll be a lot better to see, the person and how they do videos and all that. So definitely plug that. And I figured that would be the best too, is just because long-time listeners, they already know, you're not going to run out scared when we start making explosions everywhere and whatever, but because they already know the ins and outs of how the podcast works. And
yeah, because, see, we don't want anyone that doesn't listen because they don't know.
It just wouldn't work.
How, yeah.
It'd be like, this is so bizarre, I'm out. So,
yeah.
But yeah, definitely do that.
Yep.
Yeah. And if I come back, it's just, like Cloud said, it's just, a 4-person podcast.
Yep. All right, well, we still have more comments and questions for you, Dan. And the next person is from Don Rayden. He says, my question would be, what is some of Dan's favorite moments on PSP?
Oh, man, I think we talked about a lot of them.
Yeah, we kind of already talked about this, but...
Yeah, for me, it comes down to all the stupid inside joke stuff. And we mentioned so many, but it's the inside jokes that are so weird. Like, it's so stupid that you can say, like, a couple words and have it catch on. Like, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Like, people won't let it go. Like Amy after a year later or something.
Yep.
Explosions
Still
everywhere.
there.
Since the beginning. The fact that I can just randomly drop, that's a thing, and that catches on. It's just the fact that, like, weird things catch on. And it's just been fun in general. Talking with 2 awesome guys pretty much every week.
Wait a minute. 2 awesome guys? Okay.
Yeah, Grimace and Hamburger.
Yeah. So, what the fuck? Techno and I just got the shaft.
It's all about the hamburgers.
Who are these 2 awesome guys?
Grimace and Hamburglar.
They're pretty cool dudes.
Bastards. I hate those guys. I hate those guys.
Yeah, I hate the Hamburglar because he steals my hamburgers.
Alright, but Don Red, he continues by saying, also, I've always supported you guys. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
if you guys,
he did.
Yeah, he has.
He shared our episodes out on his website.
That is true. Yes, we totally forgot about this. Yes, for a while now, the AverageGamershow.com, we had our episodes on that website, and for a good amount, like at least 20 episodes or so.
Yep.
So so Don Rain, thank you for that. Yeah, we totally forgot about that. So
except for me, because I actually remember.
Yes, except for you. Good job. Rub it in. But he continues on. He says, if you guys need any help or someone to fill in till you find a new co-host, hit me up. I'm always down to talk about games. So yeah, thank you again. Okay, now we get into the actual questions.
Sweet.
This is only one. We only got one question. And it's from Playlist. He says, "How is life with Rebecca?"
Very flat.
Very flat.
Very flat and deflated. You know, like a deflated relationship. It's just run dry. She's very rubbery and plastic. That happens. You know when a relationship gets very plasticky.
You know what you should do is just layer on some grass, right, and just spray the hose on her. Use her like a slip and slide. Problem solved.
Wow.
Wow. That's it. That's all our comments, questions, and, goodbyes to Dan, which is, again, not really goodbyes.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. It's not goodbye, but still, thank you for all the awesome comments. Means a lot. You guys are awesome. Awesome listeners.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Dude, we're going to have to change the Facebook header.
Why? You love Yuri, so just leave it in.
I know, I do. I love Yuri.
You're good, dude.
What do you mean we? I do that shit.
Whatever.
Techno's making the new title cards. That's what's
Alright, cool. Awesome. Techno's making the new title cards.
I'll do it.
Alright, you want to make the title card? Go.
I want to ask
I
you
will.
something, Techno.
Yeah, but-
because I've seen it recently. Are you actually making your video thumbnail things for your YouTube? Yeah, see, because I'm like, Techno doesn't give himself credit. I'm like looking at his thumbnail things. I'm like, these aren't that bad. It's like, he can totally do this with a title card. Usually what I do is I just pay attention to whatever themes happen during the episode. If there's anything we talked about for a long time, I'll slap in a picture of that. And I try and include, when we talk about games we've been playing recently, I try to include at least one game from each person and news stories, stuff like that. And that's pretty much it.
See, you need to teach me how to do the whole grid-like thing.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy. Grid thing is, it's squares, really.
Yeah, I just shrink them down and kind of put them all together, and then, do you know about PNGs, right? PNG files? Like
yeah.
Transparent files, so yeah, like...
Yeah.
I'll throw those on top. I like to have some PNGs on top and all that, or just random characters. And
how do you do the whole press start podcast?
And I just import that logo and drop shadows.
Okay.
There's a free software.
Oh, and just make the background, the black background, transparent.
Delete it. I'll show you the program. It's actually a freeware program.
Well, I have Photoshop.
Oh, you have Photoshop?
Oh, you have Photoshop. That's good.
I was gonna suggest GIMP because GIMP is always a free one. But yeah.
Yeah, I was actually gonna suggest Sumo Paint.
Yeah. So you already know. You know how to do that, right? Like if there's a background, how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just use the eraser top thing.
Oh,
magic
eraser.
Yeah,
magic selection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe in you, Techno. You can do it. You can rock it out. Just have like a notepad up and mute your mic every now and then. Type stuff like, okay, we talked about explosions for about 2 hours. So include a picture of it.
That's all we talked about.
Okay, that's what I cut out.
Explosions, Hamburglar.
You guys could come up with titles at the end. For titles lately, I've just been using any themes that kind of go together. Yeah.
Cool.
And for you, Clive, man, recording is silly easy. I'll show you the program I use. All you have to do is literally hit the record button and it goes, and then you hit the stop button. It's very simple.
Right on.
Good stuff.
So, games we've been playing?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Get ready.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I haven't been playing much. Good way to go out. Good way to go out. I played like 2 games, and they're both indie games. But they're interesting indie games, especially this first one. So I picked up some games from the Steam holiday sale or whatever, because, they like to rape people's wallets and whatnot. But I had to pick this game up because it seems so interesting. It is literally a never-ending tactical shoot-'em-up, and it is bizarre as all hell. It's called Inside a Starfield Sky, and it's a kind of top-down shoot-'em-up. You just go around as monsters. The big catch is, though, that this is an infinite game. It can never end. There's no such thing as an ending because it loops and loops and loops and continuously goes on because it has this mechanic where there's like power-ups and shit, but it has this mechanic where you can go into the pixelization of your enemies and power-ups. So say like I start the game off, I'm the little character. I can hit shift, enter a power-up, and now I'm fighting inside that power-up. I can then enter an enemy inside the power-up, go into that enemy, and now I'm fighting inside the power-up inside the enemy, and now I can enter another enemy, and go and so on and so forth. You can just enter whatever you want, and it just continuously keeps on going and going. A cool factor is that they have like this flag mechanic, and since it is such a big game because you can enter anything pretty much and continuously keep going, there's a way to basically mark your territory, and it's cool because I got so addicted to trying to find like undiscovered territory, and I found like so much. Because if you find undiscovered territory, there's like a permanent flag where it kind of establishes the fact that you were the very first person to be at this area, so it's permanently in the game. People will always know that was you. And then there's a temporary flag where people can try and fight for that and change it out. So just a bizarre, bizarre game. So my logo is like a little, it's pixelated logos, but my logo is basically the 360 buttons. So like it goes red, green, blue, yellow, like that, and it's like gray. But yeah, it's just a very, very interesting game. Very interesting concept. And I played a
Sounds kind of weird.
Well, it is weird. I mean, you have to see footage, but it's just weird that like you enter a power up and then enter an enemy inside that, and then enter another enemy and then enter a power up, and it's weird. You have multiple people too. You don't just control one thing, and it's kind of roguelike, I guess, in a way too, because once you die, you kind of get sent backwards, and you can find new power-ups, and kind of the deeper you go, you find like higher quality power-ups and become stronger, so it's interesting. And the last game I've been playing is a Japanese indie game I picked off the Steam sale, and it's called Cherry Tree High Comedy Club, and this is a very interesting game. It's basically a life sim game. There's not a whole lot of gameplay to it. But basically take the simulation aspects of Persona and remove all the RPG facets and just keep that sim aspect of like talking to people, building relationships, doing activities to boost your stats and all that. It's basically like that, just focused on that. The whole premise is you're this girl who is kind of a take on Miley Cyrus, and because everything about it is comedic.
What the hell?
Capcom actually published this game on Steam too, so I don't know what Capcom was thinking, but it's very Japanese, and the humor is actually really good because it's a comedy game. And there's a girl called Sarah Croft, so obviously she's a play on like Lara Croft, and it's just bizarre. But basically, you're this girl who's like Miley Cyrus with her like crazy red hair or whatever, and she's trying to start a new comedy club, but in order to have a comedy club officially established in the school, you have to have at least 5 members. So basically your whole premise is to try and become good friends with certain people and recruit them basically to join your comedy club before, I think it's April or something, before the deadline. So, and it's fun too because I absolutely love the simulation aspects of the Persona games. They're so addicting. Because the fact that you could play, like, I remember times where I'd play Persona 3 for like 2-3 hours and never ever fight a single battle. I was just doing, simulation life stuff the whole time. And then there'll be other parts where I'm in the dungeon for like 3 hours, so that's kind of the beauty of Persona. But yeah, if you like the kind of sim aspects of Persona and the life sim stuff, this is worth checking out. It's pretty cheap too, so. And the comedy is pretty humorous game. The only annoying thing is that, I don't know why, but it only runs in a 600 by 480 resolution, so it's just like a kind of small window, and that kind of bothers me. It's like, come on, you can't take up the whole screen by now. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've been playing.
Now I got Hannah Montana stuck in my head.
Oh man, that's what her name is. It's like Miley, and they changed the like last name, but it still kind of sounds like Cyrus. It's pretty funny.
Miley Montana. Well, I'll go next. Last week I was playing Ys Alpha Volgana, beat it, and Dan, you were fucking right, dude. That last boss of the game, even on the easy difficulty, that thing was pissing me off.
That's
Dude,
why.
no, like, he would shoot these fire things at you, and I'm like, how do I damage this guy? Because, like, he's in the distance, so I'm, like, shooting my fireballs at him. None of them were doing any damage, and then he would shoot these ice things at me, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? But then I noticed, like, the ice would rise up. I'm like, can I jump? So jump on these things, and you could, and I realized that, like, you gotta jump up on these ice things, shoot a fireball at his, like, I don't know, big glowing eye, and that would hurt him to the point where you could actually do damage to him. And I'm just like, how are you possibly supposed to figure this out? I figured it out just out of, like, dumb luck. And he was just so high, and then he has, like, all these beams going across vertically and horizontally, and then he shoots these big balls that you gotta, like, hit back at him, you know, kind of like the last battle with Ganon in the Ocarina of Time. I'm just like, fuck, this dude is insane. But I beat him after, like, 2 hours.
Good man.
I know.
Took me forever.
I don't know how you beat that guy on normal.
No, it was
like,
hell.
It was hell on easy, dude.
It's the most hellish thing. Felt so
I was like,
masochistic.
oh my god, but good game though. I actually really enjoyed that game a lot, and I actually want to pick up the other Ys games on the PSP. I want to get a lot of PSP games actually, but yeah, I beat that game, and the next game I've been playing is Techno. I know I gave you that challenge to beat Tales of Vesperia, and again, I'm very proud of you. You're almost done with that game. But honestly, I didn't want to wait. So I was kind of bored sitting around my house, so I said, screw it. I'm playing Sonic 2006.
Oh man.
Worst idea you've ever
Best
had in
idea
your
ever.
entire life.
Greatest
Best,
idea ever.
you know what? Best game, dude. I fucking love this game. I'm dead serious. I'll give you right now, I'm telling you, I know I'm going to be the minority. This is my second favorite Sonic game I've ever played in my entire life. This game was good. This game's good, dude.
It's amazing.
No!
I'm dead serious. Okay.
You must be high
No.
on drugs. You must be on the fucking moon.
Let me explain. Let me explain. Yes, the camera angles are bad. Yes, it's glitchy as fuck. Yes, the lip syncing is terribly bad, and there's a lot of cheap deaths. That's all gameplay wise. The reason why I love this game, and the reason why I'm saying it's my second favorite Sonic game of all time, is the story. I love the story in this game.
Well, you won't when you finish it.
I finished Sonic and Silver's campaign, and I think halfway through Shadow's campaign, and I'm liking it. I'm really, really enjoying the story of all three characters so far. They're intertwined, you know, like Sonic and Silver would meet up, and if you're playing the Sonic campaign, he'll do his thing, but then if you go into the Silver's campaign, you'll figure out what he's doing after you leave Sonic's side. And there's a whole backstory with Shadow, and I'm just like, the story in this game is so intertwined. I like it. It's keeping me interested. It's keeping me playing, and more importantly, it's making me overlook the bad controls, the glitchiness, the cheap deaths. Like, you know, usually that stuff would piss me off, and like, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm not playing it. But like, I want to see where these characters are going. And you're laughing, but I really
because I know the end of it, and.
The end of what? I've seen 2 of the endings.
No, there's another gameplay you have to do after Shadow.
Yeah, after you beat the 3 after the 3 Hedgehog campaigns, you unlock the final episode. That I know, and I can't wait for that because I like I said, I'm interested in the story. I really am. I'm enjoying it a lot, and the character models, they're good. I like the character models, especially Robotnik, dude. Like, he's not this, like, beach ball overweight guy. He looks wicked realistic. Yes, he has a huge mustache like he always had, but he looks realistic. I like how he looks. He's the best looking character in that game.
Hey, Dan, am I hearing the same thing you're hearing?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You love Sonic 06.
Most people hate.
I like Sonic 06.
Most people hate the way Robotnik Eggman looks.
They're wrong.
Yeah. Screw
They're
it.
wrong. So Robotnik is the best looking character in that game. I'm telling you guys, he looks good. He looks like he would look like if he was a real person. I'm telling you, he looks really good. He's not this overweight beach ball of a guy. He looks really good.
There you go.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm really glad that you told me to play Sonic 06 because I'm loving it. I really am. And that's it. Those are the two games I'm playing.
I must be in
Best
hell
games
right
ever.
now.
Best game ever.
Hell must have frozen over.
I'll correct that. Like I said, second best Sonic game I've ever played in my entire life.
What was the first?
Sonic Shuffle.
Sonic Generations.
Oh.
Sonic Generations. Like, if I had to name my top 5 Sonic games, I would have to go Sonic Generations, Sonic 2006, let's say Sonic Colors for the Wii, maybe Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast, and then maybe Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis.
Explosions in my mind everywhere.
Good. That means your brain's working.
Alright, well, good. So,
Your turn, Techno. Kill it.
I think his brain is working overtime. He's trying to figure this out. It's like quantum physics to him.
Gotta get that new NVIDIA Tegra processor.
How the hell? You must...
Dude, I'm not lying. I'm really, like I said, it's bad controls, camera angle sucks, and look, there are times when I was playing the game, like, I was really mad because of cheap death. I'm like, what the fuck, are you goddamn serious? But then it gets to like a cutscene, and I get to figure out what these characters are doing, what they're doing next, and continuing the story. And then all that left my mind. Like, I like the story. I like the characters in this game.
There you go.
There you go. It's a thing.
It's a minority.
Yeah, I'm in the minority, and I know it. But like, I agree with people. Like all the bad shit I've mentioned, yeah, I totally agree with those people. But it's the cutscenes and the characters and the story that are making me like it.
Good stuff.
All right, go.
Your turn.
Oh my
god.
God.
Go Ninja. Go Ninja. Go.
I actually watched that movie.
Oh god, I love that.
Love it. Okay. After that surprising fucking twist.
Do you need a breather? We could take a break. Come back.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Take a word from our sponsors. Today's episode is brought to you by Dr. Thunder. Always smooth and refreshing taste with Dr. Thunder. Hot day, bust out a can of Dr. Thunder. Quench that thirst, explosions everywhere. And now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Well, my games I've played is Tales of Vesperia.
Oh,
yay!
when that matters.
And
You don't have to mention any other.
Lots of it.
You don't have to mention any other games. It's okay. That's all you need to mention.
Yeah. Okay, I have to say this.
He fucking hates it.
No. I fucking really like Rita as a character.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Because whenever you first meet her, she has to like a fucking smart ass.
That's
you know,
why I like her.
And then you play the game, and she starts liking Estelle, and
yeah, there's a lot of humor with that later on.
They're lesbians.
Yeah, it mentions that multiple times that Rita has an attraction to Estelle. And Estelle is kind of interested too at the same time. And Yuri's like, psh, I don't give a fuck, I just want to kill all these dudes. Good times.
Are you kidding?
No, there's a legitimate, that's one of the romances of the game, I would say, is Estelle and Rita.
My God.
Especially towards the later end.
You just blew his mind way further than I did.
Game ever. It's like, oh my god.
What? Like, I blew his mind, but you just annihilated it.
You gotta you gotta remember, Tales of is as Japanese of an RPG as you can get. I would say it's even more Japanese than stuff like Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy got a little westernized towards some of the later issues because it got really popular in America. Whereas Tales of has just always been really popular in Japan. And actually it's really popular with females in Japan. Females love it, the Tales of games, but it's a Japanese RPG. It's by Bandai Namco. It keeps a lot of Japanese humor. And actually Yuri is Japanese for lesbian. So
yeah, I know.
There you go. It was a hint. It was foreshadowing.
Well, that never happened. Like, I never read anything in that yet.
Yeah, it's towards the later part of the game.
Okay. So I still have a pretty good amount.
Yeah, it's like a
time.
45 to 50 hour RPG, depending on if you're playing on normal.
Yeah, I'm playing on normal.
Yeah, so it's probably around 50 hours.
Dude, after this episode, he's gonna beat this game. You know that, right?
Oh my god, I gotta get to this part.
He's like, I gotta see the scene. Come on.
Well, that surprised me too, but it was kind of funny at the same time. But it happens towards the later part. They really establish that Rita has a definite thing for Estelle. It's interesting. And then you got a pervy old man, you got a hot girl like Judith. It's an interesting cast. I think that's why I like them so much, is they're just an interesting party. Like, it's just weird. Like, all of them are kind of quirky in their own way.
Yeah.
You got a dog smoking a pipe who's fighting with a dagger. I mean, come on.
I don't think he cares about any of that. He cares about the lesbians.
Yeah.
Now, if they were bisexual, that'd be amazing. But, oh well.
I don't know.
But,
That's
yeah.
kind of bi, because she kind of is somewhat interested in Rita, but she still likes Yuri, obviously. So.
Yeah.
Estelle, you know, princesses, they do crazy things.
Yeah.
And princesses.
But, yeah. Raven, he's a pimp. He's a ladies' man. Hell yeah.
Provided a lot of the humor for the game, which is fun.
Yeah.
The skits are so much fun in Tales of games. That's probably one of my favorite parts. Is just the skits are. They establish the characters so much more. Like it lets you really connect to characters because they're just having a casual conversation, you know, through these skits, and it's interesting to see that. You know, they talk from everything about food to like, you know, what they do and all that. It's weird. Good.
Okay, this is probably spoilers, so if you guys don't want to hear it...
No, I don't want to hear.
Yeah, I don't either.
What?
I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear Tales of spoilers.
What?
I don't want to hear whatever you're going to say.
Beat it, Dan.
You're going to spoil it.
How do you know I beat it, dog?
Yeah, how do you know I beat it?
I only put in like 80 hours. I'm okay.
Yeah, come on, jeez.
I'm going to spoil it, so...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whenever, okay, you're in the Coliseum, and you go, and the last guy is about to come, you know, you got the 3 guys you got to beat.
Yeah.
And it was, I forget his name. So,
Flynn?
yeah, not really spoilers, so.
Who? Blondie? Flynn?
Yes, Flynn.
Yeah,
Oh, are you serious? Oh, you
I was like, holy shit!
They have to end with that because we've been clashing rivals forever. Is that what you did? Well, later towards the other part is, I used to, after I beat the game, I used to go back to the Coliseum all the time to do the 100-man battle royale thing. It took forever. It was like a 15-20 minutes of fighting, but it was awesome. Because I think in 100-man, not only do you fight Flynn, but I think the last thing you fight is like a random generation of some other Tales of characters who obviously are not in Vesperia. Yeah, and they've always done that. I mean, like in Tales of Grace's F, you can fight like Judas from Tales of Rebirth and all that, but they're insanely powerful, like level 150 or something. Like they just rape you basically. It's fun. Good times.
I don't want to know anything that happens after.
I'll just keep playing. There is an interesting twist that was one of the few moments in gaming that I was like, whoa.
You know what I was fucking like surprised as shit was Yuri killing those dudes.
Yeah. That caught me off guard too, because that like...
Yeah, I was like
what?
oh, crap.
This is a hero, and he's legitimately killed like 2 people throughout his journey already. I'm like, this is interesting. It feels refreshing to have a hero who's not a pussy.
Himself.
Yeah.
But they, like always, no matter what, whatever you keep to yourself's not gonna, be there forever. Everyone finds out eventually.
Good old Yuri.
So, yeah. That's a lot of Tales of Vesperia talk.
Oh, it should be the whole podcast.
What other games I've played? Only 2 more, and that's because I've been playing Tales of Vesperia for all week.
Good.
Nothing else. And that is, they're both Dreamcast games, and that's Speed Devils and Vanishing Point. Vanishing Point, I've been playing a little bit of it. They're both racing games, and I think I'll probably have to get my racing wheel for my Dreamcast to play Vanishing Point, because the controls are really, really wonky. Like, if you just try the turn, it just like makes your car just go, whoa, off the side, and yeah. But Speed Devils is more arcade type racer. It kind of reminds me of cruising, where you cruise around the world and stuff. And Speed Devils is more arcadey, and very, very fun. So yeah, those are my 3 games I have played this week.
Good.
Yay!
That's all you need is Tales of Vesperia. That's all you need in your life.
And Sonic 2006.
Yeah. You should get Tales of Graces, man. I swear to God, you'll love it. PS3. Pretty amazing. It actually is really good. Battle system kicks so much ass.
I really wished you could play with what's his face, Flynn.
Yeah,
in the 360 version.
I mean, I think he got into that part, but remember where he kind of joins you for like a brief segment where it's just Flynn and Yuri? Or have you not gotten? Oh, okay.
He hasn't gotten that far yet.
Well, he joins your party temporarily, basically, for a very, very brief amount of time, but yeah. It's the PS3 version. PS3 version Tales of Vesperia is the complete version where Flynn joins your party, and there's an additional character, and additional dungeons, additional boss fights. You can fight old bosses from Tales of the games. Yeah.
And that is all
Good stuff.
just Japanese.
Oh, yes.
Sadly.
Yeah. They tried. I mentioned before they actually did try to go to Sony, and they said they wanted to do Tales of Vesperia, but they denied it. And they said too that they wanted to do like a remake, kind of like what Tales of Graces F is, because that was obviously a Wii game. It is a Wii game, but with extra content. They wanted to kind of do the same thing, like, I don't know, Tales of Vesperia R or something. Because they have like Tales of Innocence R on the PS Vita, which is a remake of a DS one, so.
Yeah. And the whole thing of whenever you're choosing your name or whatever, and Carol chooses some kind of like long-ass name, and then I forget who. I think it's, it still brings it up. It's like, how about Brave Vesperia? I was like, oh, so that's where that's from.
It's named after the star. It's named after the star.
Yeah.
Because you gotta find it. Actually, fun fact, Tales of Vesperia is actually the only, and I mean only Tales of game to actually name drop its actual name. None of the other Tales of games mention the like title. So like Tales of Graces doesn't say Graces at any time, or Abyss doesn't say Abyss, like there is no Abyss. So Tales of Vesperia is actually the only one that is named after something from the game, which is kind of odd. Yeah. Fun fact. And Tales of Ilia, I don't know what the hell Ilia means, but It's a badass name. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so sad I won't be able to talk to you guys about Ni no Kuni when it comes out. You're gonna have to do it for me, Clive. Just talk about Ni no Kuni forever.
You can always come back. Like we told you before, you're not quitting the podcast. You're taking a break. And
But I'm gonna be too busy playing Ni no Kuni.
oh, come on.
Oh, I can't wait. It comes out in a couple of weeks.
Actually, what? 22nd it comes out, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, get my big ass special edition. Oh man.
Yeah.
Fuck, can't wait.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, I'm getting two actually because I got one for a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. So it should be good.
Yeah. And if you guys want my artistic opinion, I think I mentioned on Twitter, Fire Emblem Awakening. Jesus Christ. I would give that my award for my favorite video game cover of this generation. That cover just kicks so much ass. Like, artistically and aesthetically is just fucking gorgeous cover. The fact that it's all dynamic as hell with all the characters moving in a diagonal, downward fashion, but then the most interesting part is you have this one character who I think's the evil villain or whatever. He's in a diagonal fashion, but he's moving the opposite way. It's such an awesome cover. So, yeah.
So you guys, that's about it, huh? You guys want to call it a podcast?
Episode 65.
65. That's it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So, and Dan, sucks, man. You're leaving. Sucks.
Bye, guys. Everyone say
Yeah, we
bye.
understand. We understand why you're doing it. So, but you know,
Yeah.
again, we like
Fucking techno.
fucking techno. No, but seriously, you know, I'm glad that you were able to do the podcast as long as you have been doing. So.
Been a blast.
Yeah, and like we said before, whoever's interested in taking Dan's spot, for the time being, please leave like a comment on our Facebook page, and Techno and I will, talk amongst ourselves and kind of decide who would be a good fit to new host to take Dan's place. And when Dan is willing to come back, he feels confident he can come back with his schedule, he's welcome back anytime. Even if he just wants to hop on whenever. Well, if he's bored one Friday. So yeah, Dan, we salute you, good sir.
And I salute the squirrels out there.
Screw you then.
Salute you guys. You guys are awesome. Bring it in. Digital hug. Virtual hug. Hug your monitor. Just hug it out. Explosions everywhere. I love you guys.
That's my ass.
I gotta tell you about grabbing people's asses, okay?
Yeah, you gotta grip more firmly.
Yeah, just get in there, just
just, like, take your nails just right in there. Oh yeah.
Oh, so good.
Oh wait, that's my own butt. Sorry, that was me. Alright.
I'll grope yourself.
Alright, but that's it, guys. Episode 65.
Yay.
Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
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 Yeah.
Bye, guys. Take it easy.
Bye.
See you later.
Love you guys.